America and the world today. Good day to everybody. Wake up to the truth. Stand up for your own sovereignty. Today, Friday, June 5th, and we're getting ready for the weekend, so I hope everybody's going to have a really nice one. Hope somebody's got some plans. Have some fun. Kinetic News Daily. We're going to give you what we got. So, the mainstream corporate media, once you're looking at all the political distractions, and there's plenty of them, we got Nazis out there running for Democrat Party. It's insane, and they're bragging about it. Some of them are starting to get upset, it looks like, but I don't know. But the brutal energy squeeze is what we need to focus on. The disconnect from the stock market proves a massive economic crisis is about to hit us hard. In America, the American people, either you're working too hard and you just don't have any energy to look, or you're sleeping and nobody's looking. But we need to pay attention to the gas shortages. The pressures within are going to start to build. You're looking at gas prices now about 4.30 as a nation average here in California. You're up around $6, and that I have said for months before before the war with Iran that we are now engaged in. I said somewhere around October that gas in California by July 4th will be at $9 a gallon. Now that was for a few reasons, not just inflationary that we're about to hit, but that was also for the insanity that the Democrat Party, Gavin Newsom, California lunatic governor, he's run all the businesses out of California. It's like he is purposely devastating the entire country. He's run out the gas refineries. They can't afford to do business here. I mean, if you can't afford to do business in a place there, it's insane. So as far as I understand, we have to import our fuel to the state of California. It's totally insane. And I was kind of hoping DJT would be able to pull some massive strings and change that, but I don't think he can because it's out of his hands at this point. Once it becomes a national security, I think he'll have more options. But this is all caused by the Democrat Party and Governor Newsom. They're chokeholding everything in California. It's like they're purposely trying to bankrupt it. Now the refineries are operating at maximum. Those that are operating, the ones here in California, they're shutting down and they're leaving. That means they're going to cut off supplies to Arizona and I think Nevada as well, partially. So that hasn't hit yet, but it is definitely coming. The consumer price illusions of everything going around. Everybody can see the prices are going up, 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 and they just keep going up. They're not even trying to hold. They just keep going up. Now we can look at let's switch over here and we can look at the stock market here when it gets around to it. You'll see that the 10-year is up over 4.5%. Now, you're up over 4.5%. We're going to hit five. That's it. I'm going to jump out on a limb and I'm going to guarantee you we're going to hit five. We're going to go higher than that. I said over a year ago, it was before Donald Trump was even elected. In fact, I said their entire strategy was to get the United States of America, our interest rate, to about 6.5 to 7%. They would actually like it around 7.5. This way they can completely bankrupt the country. Now, flipping it over, our dollar system, they're turning everything over because they know the dollar is not what it used to be. We can say it's bankrupt, but that's not totally true. But It is completely devastated. That's why the change to the stable coin, the whole new changeover of everything. And that's why it's the illusion of what's here. And this is a liquidity drain, is what's going on. Uh, why the official narrative boasts of strong workforce, real disposable income has a steady drop over the past 3 months, 4 months, 5 months they've been using it. The personal savings account, the savings rate of we the people, is cratering big time. I mean, straight down because you happen to drain your savings in order to live, especially here in California. It's insane. But there's no help coming. And if there is, well, they're hiding it very well. So, uh, the stock market that we're looking at, it's on a, I believe today's its worst day since last October, and it's going to continue to get worse. We can be assured they can't hold it up forever. And with the straits traffic jam, the straits shut down, the oil there, we should be here in the U.S. We should be selling oil hand over fist to all these people. All the people can't get their oil out of Iran. Well, they should be coming here to get it, and we'll sell it to them, and they'll keep going. But that's not what's happening. The world is literally shutting down. And it's an orchestrated event. It has to be. Because if everything was fine and dandy and going good and comfortable and happy, then nobody's going to be willing to change anything. Well, the fact is, the dollar is decimated and must be changed over. It must be. Everything must be changed. And everybody knows that, and everybody knows it's coming. So it makes complete sense that they are going to make you, on one hand, think everything is great before they slam the door and everything comes falling down, because that's what's coming. Um, the oil, look at the oil crisis, if you will, this way. You're on the highway, you're on your way to work, and there's a car accident up ahead of you, a couple miles up ahead of you. So it stops. Okay, you know you're going to be a half hour late. Then you turn, okay, now we're an hour late. Oh, we can see the traffic is moving now, and it's still another 30, 40 minutes before the bumper in front of your vehicle starts to move. So now put that on a scale of over 1,000 oil tankers all jammed up, stopped in the Straits of Hormuz or waiting to go in to get filled. Well, however long that takes, after they're filled, however long that takes to get filled, after they're filled, they still have 30 days worth of travel in order to get that tanker full of oil now to its destination. 30 days, that's 1 month. So if the tanker's sitting there for a month to get filled and then it's a month, okay, well, you're burning up your resources, you're burning up your reserves, and nobody's talking about that. They're just burning it up. They're burning it up, and it's going like that, and there is no replenishing it. And for those here in the United States say, we got all kinds of oil, we got all kinds of oil. Yeah, we do. We do. It's called reserve, and it's not processed. It's not ready to go. You can't just go fill it up and go. That's what you call reserves. And everything, everywhere, all around the world is running dry. And everybody has to know that. It can't be a secret. I mean, everybody has common sense. Most people have common sense and are able to understand, well, if the whole oil delivery system for the entire world has been shut down for 2 months now, definitely one entire month. There's going to be shortages, and all the reserves everybody had is, well, quickly running out. So the mega cap technologies, the monopolies, the ones with all the artificial intelligence, they know all this and they're prepared for it. Are you? Are we? Most of the American people have no clue what's coming down the line. So we need to spread that word out. The broader market outside the big tech is completely flat or bleeding out, trading at a historical valuation extremes, entirely disconnected from the real squeeze that's going on with the American consumer. Uh, a, a liquidity bubble is about to burst, and everybody has to know that. Just again, look at the market. It's completely off the rails. Now, I don't know how long I've been going on about this, but we want to keep it under a certain timeline. But the dollar, as we know it, is going to be turned over to the crypto, the stable coin. I got a feeling there's going to be several of them out there, and there's been talk about that already. Amazon could become your next bank, literally. You put your money into Amazon, and they give you, their Amazonian stable coins. Something like that is coming. But in 1933, Roosevelt confiscated, ordered the handover of all the gold. And this is what stabilized the dollar then. And as soon as he confiscated, is what it was happened, because it was illegal not to do it. So it was a confiscation of the gold. As soon as they collected it all, what they did is, and they collected it for $15 an ounce. And then immediately upon collecting all the gold, they doubled it to $30 or $28, $30 an ounce. They doubled their money. So think of it as inflation. They took your gold, and then after they took everybody's gold, they doubled the price of gold. That's a 50% loss to you. But you need to look at it in the more broader terms, which is the inflation that comes after. And that takes another 50%. So let's put it in what I feel today's terms is coming. And this is just my feeling, the way I see it. We'll find out how it turns out. But the whole stable coin, the whole conversion over to the digital system, there's a few things going on there. One, you may have heard people talk about the honor system, or you're in their system, you do something bad they don't like, they turn you off, or they put in your digital biometrics that you're not allowed to buy meat, but you're able to go buy that bug sandwich over there. You can't have no meat, you can't have any good food, but you can go buy the bug sandwich. This is the biometrics they're setting everybody up for. When it comes online, hell, I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine on that one, but we can all see clear as a bell. That's what's coming down the line. And as far as the money system and the conversion of thereof to the stable coin, this is the way I see it. Now, I ain't saying any way is going to be a good way or a bad way, but I am trying to put out there what I see coming. People need to understand what's coming down the road. So let's just, for instance, say hypothetically, this is what I see coming. You have $10,000 in your bank account, and then you go to sleep after your deposit that Friday bank deposit. Uh, you go to sleep and you wake up the next Saturday morning. You go to sleep 10,000 in the bank and you wake up to 5,000. Half is gone. Well, that's the cost of doing business because they're turning it over to the stable coin. See, so that's a luxury. And since they're going to sell to you, the stable coin is better, faster, stronger, jump tall buildings in a single bound. You're going to have to just accept that. Besides that, what are you going to do about it? They took it. And they got AI controls all the banking system. So you want to fight too much against it? Well, you're in the bureaucrat system. They'll just turn you off. And there, try shopping after that, or get into your bank account, for instance. Now, this is all an exaggeration at this point, but it is always what comes because once they start something like this, well, we know where the end is at. So you wake up, there's $5,000 left in your bank account, and that is the cost of switching your worthless paper dollars that they have devalued to ever nothing. And now they're giving you what they're calling the stable coin. So you should feel all happy and proud now and totally dressed up because now they're fixing the system. They're taking out all the bad and they're giving, no, what they did is they just stole half of American people's money, half of the money from all of the American people and anybody else got bank accounts here, is what they did. They confiscated it, and now you get half, and they got the rest. Now that is what's going to stable the stable coin, the money they just stole from everybody. Now back to 1933, they made you, forced you by law to turn in your gold. And when you turned it in, they gave you $15. And then, as soon as they took all your money from you, they raised the gold price to $30. They doubled their money and decreased yours by two. And then after that, the inflation kicked in, and well, then you had the Hunger Games, as we'll call it, because that's what's coming here. The Hunger Games. The elite, the top of the top, yeah, they're in their big cities, and us nobodies are in their Agenda 31 cities. Used to be Agenda 21. They were behind schedule because DJT got elected in 2016. So that threw them 4 or 5 years off schedule. So they had to extend it from 2021 to 2031, buy themselves some more time. And that's what they did. So we got to get out of here today. So hope you like, hope you subscribe, hope you got something out of it. Check into it, educate yourselves on it. And thank you for your time. Thank you for standing with the independent media, supporting us. Hope you like, subscribe, follow, buy a book. We got some PayPal stuff over there. It's good reads, short reads. It's informational. So, help us out at the same time. Appreciate it. And we hope to see you back tomorrow. We hope to see you every show. All right, everybody. It's Kinetic News Daily. We're out.